Institute of Mental Health, the National Institute on Aging, the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, and many individual donors. This support has been crucial to my efforts in public education, including this book. Chapter 1. Should I worry about my memory? Question 1. What happens to memory and thinking as we age? Answer 1. Beginning in our 30s or 40s, the retrieval of information that we know, especially names and words, becomes more difficult. This ability is sometimes referred to as free recall memory, because it's our attempt to report, in words and without clues, knowledge we have stored in our brain. Research has shown that the average 25-year-old can recall between 6 and 7 words from a list of 10 unrelated words read to them several minutes before. The average 75-year-old, in contrast, recalls about 5 words from that list. This means that free recall memory declines as we age, even though the change is not dramatic. The results are different if you change the experiment. The study starts out the same, giving people a list of 10 words to remember. But rather than ask them to recall as many words as they can after the several-minute delay, the researcher gives them a written list of 20 words, 10 of which are the words they were asked to remember, and 10 of which are new words. When asked to circle only the 10 words they were initially asked to remember, the 75-year-olds and the 25-year-olds do equally well. This indicates that the ability to correctly recognize previously encountered information, recognition memory, is not affected by normal aging. The different results from these two studies demonstrate that normal aging isn't accompanied by a decline in every type of memory. In addition, speed of performance, both physical and mental, slows as we age. This means that putting pressure on older people to perform quickly puts them at a disadvantage. If given enough time, older people perform normally on many tests. Recognition memory, the ability to correctly remember previously encountered information when given a yes-no choice, doesn't appear to be affected by normal aging. Question 2. I'm having trouble remembering the names of friends and family members, and difficulty coming up with the words I want to say. Should I worry? Answer 2. The definition of dementia requires both a decline in thinking, also called cognition, and a decline in the ability to perform everyday activities, such as work routines, household activities, and using transportation. If you've not had a decline in daily functioning as a result of cognitive change, then you don't meet criteria for dementia. However, when the symptoms of dementia are first developing, there's a period in which daily functioning isn't yet affected. This condition is called mild cognitive impairment, MCI. It's defined as a decline in memory or one other cognitive ability, for example, judgment or following directions, of 30% to 45%. At present, testing by a neuropsychologist is the best way to determine if there's been this degree of decline. Neuropsychologists administer tests that determine what a person's lifelong abilities have been, and tests that measure whether there has been a decline from that level. People who have persistent worries about their memory, who are told by others who know them well that they are repeatedly forgetful or not performing at their usual level, or who believe that their thinking problems are interfering with their daily lives, should be tested by an expert. Neuropsychological testing is time-consuming and expensive, and is administered by experts who aren't available in every community. This is one reason why scientists are trying to identify blood tests or other biological measures, referred to as biomarkers, that would identify those who should undergo in-depth testing. Question 3. Are there benefits to the early recognition of mild cognitive impairment, MCI, and dementia? Answer 3. Most experts believe that early identification of MCI and dementia will encourage people to write a will and designate a durable power of attorney.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.